Good morning, boys and girls. Today's comprehension, as you can see from the title, is called A Birthday Present. In today's comprehension, boys and girls, we're going to see some speech marks. Speech marks shows when one of the characters in a story is speaking. And here we have the first set of speech marks. So this looks a bit like a 66. So this is the speech mark shows that the person's beginning to speak. So that's all right. And then we have another set of speech marks that shows the person has stopped talking, and that looks like a 99. Said John. So now we know that John said this. John said, "That's all right," said John. And then again he's starting to speak again. Here's the first set of speech marks to show he's starting to speak. Then we can write, "Can I have a football instead?" And then the speech marks again, 99, to show that they are closing, they're finishing what they're saying. So I'm going to start reading the comprehension. A birthday present. Dad asked John what he would really like for his birthday. John said he would really like a bike, but his dad explained that a bike would cost too much money. "That's all right," said John. "Can I have a football instead?" Dad said that he could. John tried to look pleased, but really he wanted a bike because his best friend Danny had a great bike. On his birthday, John had lots of cards and a few presents. The card from Danny had a picture of a boy riding a bike. John wished he had a bike. Dad gave John his present. John knew what it was because it was round. He tore off the paper. "Thanks, Dad, that's great," he said. "Shall we go outside and play with it?" said Dad. John and his dad put their shoes on and went out into the back garden. John kicked the ball down the garden. It was a great ball. It went behind the shed. John went to get the ball back. He saw something leaning on the back of the shed. It was a big box. "What's that?" said John. "Open it and see," said Dad. John tugged at the box. At last he opened it. Inside was, dun dun dun, the best bike in the world. So boys and girls, I wonder, have you been able to see any more speech marks in the text? I'm going to give you a wee chance to have a wee look and see. We're having a glance, scan through the text from here. Scan your eye down. Very want to read every word. Scan down to see where do you see the very first set of speech marks. Well done. Anybody spotted here's the set here? Here's somebody start beginning to speak, and then they stop speaking. Another set, somebody opens their mouth to speak. Speech marks open. Speech marks close. Said Dad. Let's scan our whole way down through the text again, looking for speech marks, 66s and 99s. And here we go. Here's another set of speech marks. Somebody's opening their mouth. "What's that?" and close the mouth. Said John. Okay, so John has said, "What's that?" Here we go, another set of speech marks. Here we're going to open their mouth. 66 to say, "Open it and see." And then they stop speaking. Said Dad. So boys and girls, at the start of the story we hear that John really wants a bike. But his dad, the reason Dad said it cost too much money. And we've met this word before, too, with two O's, too much. The other part of the text, boys and girls, it was a lovely happy ending because in the end, what did John get for behind the shed? He found his bike. So his daddy tried to put him off and pretend that he wasn't getting a bike. So that made the surprise even better at the end of the story when he found the big box. So boys and girls, just to remind you, when you have a question, the question here says, in the next page you're going to have lots of questions. So here it says, what was in the big box? Okay, so what you have to do is you scan through the text and you find in the text whereabouts it mentions the big box. We know it's at the end. Was it at the beginning? No. Middle? No. Was it at the end? Yes. Okay, so he saw something leaning on the back of the shed. It was a big box. So you can take your pencil, boys and girls, your highlighter, and you can highlight the words big box. Okay? in the big box? What's that? It was the best bike in the world. So there we go, we can underline the best bike in the world. So then we come over here to write our answer. Now if you remember back, boys and girls, from last week, what was in the big box? Your teacher doesn't want to say just the word bike. Your teacher wants a full sentence. In the big box, give back part of the question. In the big box was a bike. And remember, what do we need at the end of a sentence? A full stop. And what do we need at the beginning of our sentence? We need a capital letter. Okay, for a good sentence. Now, you'll also be asked, boys and girls, what was your best present? What was your best present? Well, I had a wee think about this, and I was thinking, what was my best present ever? So to answer this question, I would write, as again, remember, starting off with the capital letter, my best present was a teddy bear, because, do you remember how to spell the word because, boys and girls? Big elephants can't always understand small elephants. So my best present was a teddy bear because he was soft and cuddly. And I'm going to write a wee bit more about my teddy bear. I called him Ted. Full stop. He had long striped legs. Okay, and a full stop at the end. Boys and girls, you've lots of questions to answer. I'm looking forward to seeing your answers. Bye.